Boom. Okay, let me get the screen share up and running. I always lose there it is. Okay, share.
How do you just how do you just show everybody how do you do a layout where I have to switch back and forth every time somebody's talking?
Uh,
Is it
Go to
how
the
do you
picture. It'll show like a grid and like a rectangle, two rectangles. Like
Yeah,
a
yeah, there should be a little category for it. Oh, and I can move you guys around in that same way. That's nice.
we're all learning together?
Yeah. But now I gotta squish you guys down. Oh no, so I gotta go back to what it was earlier. Stacked up and then smush you. There you go. That way you're at the bottom of my screen so I can have the
I
rest
like
of
that.
the screen readable.
I
I
like
find
that.
it kind of silly that it doesn't do the same thing for you that it does to us because it just like it puts us up at the top and then it just kind of condenses your screen down a little bit.
Probably because he's
Interesting.
the host.
It
But
might, because
even
yeah,
still, I feel like it would be more convenient, you know?
which I don't know how to alter that to make that work differently on your guys' screen. I think that you guys can drag it and move it on yours, but I have no idea. I'm still
yeah.
learning Zoom after all this time.
I
I'm
just
still trying to
I just
figure it
leave it
out.
alone. I don't touch anything.
That's fair. Okay, John.
I don't open up a whiteboard like Nate. Dude, I don't even know how to use this app, dude.
The whiteboard is my favorite though, so we can go do it later. But okay, John 15, starting in verse 1. I am the true vine, and my Father is the vine grower. Every branch in me that does not bear fruit, he takes away, and every branch that bears fruit, he cleans it, so that it may bear more fruit. You already clean, you are already clean because of the word which I have spoken to you. Abide in me, and I in you. Yeah, abide in me and I in you, as the branch cannot bear fruit from itself unless it abides in the vine. So neither can you unless you abide in me. I am the vine, you are the branches. He who abides in me and I in him, he bears much fruit. For apart from me, you can do nothing. If anyone does not abide in me, he is thrown away as a branch and dries up, and they gather them and cast them into the fire, and they are burned up. If you abide in me, and my words abide in you, ask whatever you wish, and it will be done for you. My Father is glorified by this, that you bear much fruit, and so prove to be my disciples. Everyone say that with me. That you
My
You
bear
sound like
much
really
fruit.
good.
It's going to be so lagged out, it's not going to work. But that you
Let's all
bear
say it
much
together now.
fruit,
fruit.
so that you prove to
All right,
be my
Catholic Church.
disciples.
Just like everybody starts saying it.
I feel like I'm in
Well,
Catholic Church
I
again.
was thinking we were going to start on prove. So that's where I was going to start.
Okay,
And then you started saying a different word. I'm like, oh, never mind.
we're gonna start at the
Yeah.
that. Okay, so there is my Father is glorified by this, that you bear
That,
much fruit, and so prove to
So
be my
prove to be my
disciples.
disciple.
dude, I can't read, man.
Yeah, that didn't
Natasha
work
was
for crap, but whatever. Okay,
Natasha was the only one that read.
but this is a big one. So when a lot of people will try to pull verses out of context to say like when Jesus says that those who love me will obey my commandments, it's not saying that that is how you are saved. It's that is how you prove that you are saved. So you prove to be my disciples because you bear fruit, and it glorifies the Father when you bear fruit. So you bearing that fruit, it is to glorify God, and that is evidence that you are his disciple. So in James chapter 2, as every cult likes to bring up, where it says that faith without works is dead,
Yep.
beginning of the beginning of that, he says that if a person claims to have faith and they have no works, can that faith save him? If they claim to have faith and have no works, it is a false faith, it is a false proclamation. Can that faith save him? No, because he doesn't actually have a genuine faith. Because he who has genuine faith, he bears fruit, and that is the proof that he is saved.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on.
Expand on fruit.
So on this topic right here, I'm kind of proud of myself, and I may have planted a seed, and hopefully one of my clients slash friends, I've been doing her hair for a very long time now. She was raised Catholic, and we had this discussion yesterday when I was doing her hair, and she kept saying that you have to do works in order to be saved. And I kept correcting her, like, no, you do works because you are saved. And like she like, I don't know, at first like wasn't understanding it, but the more I kept saying it, I feel like the more it started making sense
Good.
to her.
Holy
And that
Spirit was
is-
doing his work.
That is a very important distinction. Let me read you this, though. This is from the Catholic.
Catechism.
Catechism?
No, I think that this is from the Council of Trent.
Are you
Oh,
Are
yeah.
you equating fruit with works?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So if you're bearing fruits, that means that you're
Okay.
doing good works. So in
Okay.
Yeah,
Ephesians
the
10,
works are the fruit.
yes. So Ephesians 10 says that we are his workmanship created in Christ Jesus to do good works that God has prepared beforehand that we would walk in them. But prior to that, it says that we are saved by grace through faith apart from
Yeah.
works.
No anymore meat.
Does that make sense?
Amen.
Okay.
So the fruits isn't like just specifically the fruits of the spirit. It's also like the works, right?
Yes. So the fruits of the spirits are kind of like that is how those are kind of like gifts that we are given in regards to like we become more patient, we become more kind, more gentle, and those are kind of that's with sanctification. So that's as we grow more in Jesus, we shift to being better, more like Jesus. And
Yes.
so that's the fruits of the spirit, but the fruits that we are bearing, those are the good works that we're doing, that is obeying Jesus's commandments as a result of being saved.
Yeah, I always try to like walk like people down James like this chapter ain't even about salvation. The only time it talks about salvation is when it says can this faith save you?
Yes,
know?
exactly.
Yeah.
But it is the Council of Trent. It is session 6, canon 24.
24.
And it says the opposite of what the Bible says. It says, if anyone that says the justice received is not preserved and also increased before God through good works, but that those works are merely the fruits and signs of justification obtained, and not also the cause of its increase, let him be anathema. So Bible teaches you are saved, and as a result of being saved, you do good works. In this, it says if you claim to believe that, you're going to hell.
Yep.
Why is that such a bad thing to give it all the credit to God? Like
Because
I
if
don't
that's the
know.
case, then we can't be narcissistic little God complex having demon people.
That's
You'd
what I
actually
was
have to
thinking,
submit
like,
to the fact that you're horrible and that God saved you despite you being horrible.
yeah,
Yep.
that kind of like just proves to me that well, like obviously like a lot of other stuff that like Catholicism isn't true, but it's just like to specifically say that if you believe in faith alone, you're going to hell. It's like why would it be so bad to give all the credit to God? Like absolutely all the credit. You know?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Exactly. And that's the thing.
Abraham's faith. Abraham's
Exactly.
faith saved him.
Mhm.
Yes. And
I was
that's
going to ask Joseph. Sorry.
go ahead.
You told me that somebody told you that you're like married for in heaven still. Who told you that? Or what lady was telling you that?
I don't know. It was probably some random. I don't think she was a Catholic, but you know how like a lot of Christians just believe what they're told, you know?
You make up stuff?
Yeah, it was just in
The
a
only
comment section somewhere.
the only people I know who say that are Mormons.
They could
Well,
be
that's because they got a lot of wives.
yeah.
I'm in Salt Lake City right now, dude.
Oh, enjoy.
No, dude, it's terrible. There's like for some reason there's like 50 million Indians here, like everywhere we go. Like every single
Wow.
hotel we've been to, There's like Indian people everywhere. I don't understand. It's like Canada.
And they're Mormon.
Interesting.
I've never heard about
Yeah.
that in Utah.
Yeah, dude. And my sister-in-law lives out here. We're coming to visit, but gosh, dude.
Interesting. But yeah, there is a book. I'm trying to find it real quick so I can share it with you. It's called Secret Ceremonies. I'm trying to find the author's name. It is by Deborah Lake. And so this book is all about the Mormon concept of marriage. And it goes into like how dark and messed up their weddings truly are. And so what happens when they're getting married, the priest, whatever you want to refer to him as, who is marrying the two, he gives her a new name that only the husband and her know.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
And so the reason for this is because when they move on,
New message
whenever
from Susan. We are here at pickup.
Sorry.
you're
Okay.
good. So whenever you die as a Mormon and you're exalted to godhood, the man has to call out her secret name to
Yeah.
bring her over as his goddess. And so if he does not call her name, call her by that secret name, she cannot go to heaven. Her
You would not.
salvation and her exaltation is exclusively dependent on if he chooses to. So it's this thing like, hey, if you're a
Yeah.
bad wife, he won't
Yep.
bring you with him. It's
You would not.
so dark.
You don't understand. I don't think. Well, I don't want to say you don't understand, but I don't think a lot of people realize how many Mormons build their whole life like knowing the church, being in the church, being a part of the church, but they don't know about the ceremonies that go on in the temple. And like you can't ask about it, you can't talk about it. It's not like it's a super sacred thing. So it's like to say that that's Christian makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing that's a secret in Christianity that needs to be hidden or sacred or you can't talk about. Like that's absurd, especially if you've gone 18, 20, 25 years and your faith is all in this, but you don't know everything about it, and you can't ask questions about it. You can't like.
Do you know
Like-
why they have it like that?
So I don't know, man.
So Joseph
It is
Smith,
super creepy though. Like that whole like the ceremony that goes on. Like
Yes.
it's changed over and over again. And like this girl who I follow, she talked about how like she was hardcore LDS until she was sealed in a temple, and that ceremony like scarred her for life because it was so weird and so like, and it didn't make any sense, and she wasn't told anything about it, and nobody told her anything about it, and a lot of guys they don't know anything about it until they're married at 18. 2 weeks later to some girl they met.
interesting.
Well,
Yeah.
Taco, remember you did that that video on the foundation of racism in Mormonism.
Yes. Yeah, they have a lot of dark things that they try to pretend that they don't teach, and then a lot of things that they just plainly don't teach anymore. Because like with that, they taught that God changed his mind back in I think it was 1978, that God changed his mind about black people and said that they could then become Mormons.
What the heck?
Yeah, that's
Super.
dude. That video that you made about like talking about people say they believe in Jesus, but like they don't believe in the same Jesus that you believe in. And you're talking about Catholics and Mormons, like, and praying to a false god. I sent that to a bunch of my buddies, especially because I live in Rexburg, Idaho. So I sent it to a bunch of my Mormon friends, and all of them were like, they're like, oh, like that's not what the church teaches, and that like they didn't have any like. It's awesome to hear the coping mechanisms they have and like the defense mechanisms they have to like justify or try to rationalize like things that don't make sense, that are not in the Bible, that just like and especially hearing it, like hearing the way you articulated it and how like how you go through everything and you're not like lacking, you're not like like that was awesome, dude. That was such a
Thank
good
you.
video.
Yeah, I went through and I tried to give all the citations on that because every time that I've ever made a video about Mormons, they always say like, "Oh, he's just misrepresenting us." It's like I
Every
cited
single
it.
one, every single one says something different. You
Mhm.
can't find two who agree with each other because one person will say, "Oh, well, that's not what we teach, and here's what we teach," and then you say, and then you take that knowledge and you go tell another Mormon, they're like, "Oh, we don't teach that. That's not what the church is about." And so you can't find two who agree with each other, and every single person has their own like theology, and it's like, dude, I can go on LDS.org right now and show it to you,
Exactly.
and they'll be like, "Oh, no, no."
I got an argument with one, and he was saying like, oh no, Mormons believe in faith alone, and I'm like, you literally don't. Like they literally doesn't. I'm like, if you believe that, that's good, but he's like, no, yeah, we do believe that. And I was like showing him like the actual like church saying that they don't believe in that, and he's like, no, that's not what my church teaches. I'm like, oh, it says right here. Like, what do you mean?
See,
Dude,
that's the tricky part.
when you said like when you didn't want to pray with the Catholics because they're not praying to the same Jesus that you're praying to. I've
Hmm?
always felt that way whenever I prayed with Mormons or Mormon says a prayer and I'm like just being polite and putting my head down, closing my eyes. Like I always think about that. And the fact that you said that was like boom, like just
Good.
I don't know.
'Cause, I mean, it's true.
Yeah, dude.
If
Yeah.
someone's praying to Allah, I'm not
I
gonna
love
take
that
part in
video.
that. I
Yeah.
refuse. But
Yeah.
but the reason why Mormons have so much secrecy in it, Joseph Smith was a Freemason. And so a lot of the rituals that Freemasons do, he took those, he stole them, and he said that God gave it to him because like now you can see everything that Freemasons do online. There's no secrets with it anymore. You can see
Yeah.
everything online. But back then it was super secretive. So
I heard
everyone
they do
thought
a
that
bunch
this
of
was
evil stuff
actually
too, man.
they do
I
nothing
heard
that's
like
evil. It's nothing is
I
evil,
heard a
nothing
bunch of
is weird.
conspiracies about Freemasons. I don't
Every
know if it's
conspiracy
true or
theory
not.
mentions Masons, none of them are true. But he stole the secret stuff that they do, like handshakes, passwords, stuff like that. So to get into the temple, you had to do the Masonic handshake and say the Masonic password to go into the Mormon temple. I don't know if they still have the same. I don't know if they've changed that over time, but originally that was the case. And so he was kicked out of the Masons and became known as what's called clandestine. So he started
Mhm.
his own lodge in Illinois. And it was a clandestine lodge, meaning it wasn't approved of by like the actual grand lodges around there, that it's like a big hierarchy almost, where like to start your own lodge, you have to have permission from the other ones to do so to make sure that you're all following the exact same tradition, I guess. Um,
Mhm.
but he broke all the rules. They kicked him out. He started his own thing. And then shortly after that was whenever he got murdered. So it's like
Oh,
maybe that contributed. He got murdered primarily because he became the mayor of Nauvoo, Illinois. He committed treason twice by declaring martial law to try to control people. And the second time he was under house arrest and they knew that he was just going to get away with it again. And so 200 people painted their faces black with gunpowder, went to his house at night and killed him. His brother smuggled a pistol in to give to him, but even at that time, he was a felon, so he wasn't, by today's things, he wouldn't be able to have a gun. But his brother
Blackface
smuggled him
before
in a gun.
blackface.
Exactly. But they go in. They go up the stairs. They shoot his brother in the head. He dies immediately. Joseph runs towards a window, of all things. They shot him twice in the back. He falls out of a window, which he's just covered in glass shards, cuts everywhere. And then this 200-person mob took turns shooting his corpse.
Nice.
So
Nice.
that's how Joseph Smith died. So you see in like the book of Revelation where it says that false prophets will die by having painful sores all over their body. It's kind of like
He also
maybe.
like in his version, he has there's a Joseph Smith version of the Bible
Mhm.
where he like writes himself into Genesis
Okay.
and like, and I always think that's amazing to me. It's like, and every single person who was like kind of denying, like, or just disagreed with the video that you made, I'm like, dude, come talk about it. I'm like, join the Patreon, join the Zoom. I'm like, he is willing to speak to you and answer any questions, and none of them are like, none of them want to talk
Well,
about, none of them want to.
and that's literally why the Bible study thing has to have a paywall behind it, just because if I open this up to everybody, you know how many hundreds of trolls would hop in here just to disrupt everything the entire time?
Yeah, but you're not lacking though, dude. You're like, you're not. Most
Thank you.
most guys I know who want to debate, they're lacking in so much knowledge and so much like intellectual skill to be able to sit there and debate and to use like, and especially if you want to say that you read the Bible and that you like, oh yeah, we read the Bible and we follow the Bible, but then deny things that are blatantly, explicitly said in the Bible. It doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't. And then you call yourself a Christian.
Mm-hmm. That's because they don't know what Christian means. But let's
Yeah.
get back to it. We only made 9 verses in.
And we're 45 in.
We're at what?
We're
45
45
minutes in.
minutes. 40,
Okay.
40, 40.
I have a story that ties into that conversation, but we can talk about it later.
Do you want to tell it real quick?
Sure, if you don't
I got
mind.
nothing to
Okay,
do.
go ahead.
So,
I'm
so
here
I
all
was,
night.
I was horrified because my dad, I was talking to my dad about like Mormons, where I was like, do you know they believe in this, this, and this? And then he's like, you know, you're almost a Mormon. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, oh, when you were like a little kid, uh, I took you to one of the churches because they invited, and then that when I was like little, they had me like dress up like them and stuff. Until my dad found out what they were actually teaching, and then he like got me out of there real quickly. But
Your name is Joseph. I'm just
yeah,
kidding.
hey, nah, yeah, and I was horrified. I was like, nah, why would you let me do that?
That's awesome. Terrifying. Glad he made the right decision, though, because,
Yeah,
I mean, you
I
could
was
be sitting there as
I have like no memory.
Elder Joseph.
Oh, hell no.
Elder,
Oh, they
yeah.
love that. They love that.
What's your last name?
Don't
Zimmerly.
neglect. No,
Oh,
don't
dude,
say the
sorry.
last name.
Oh, dude.
We bleep that part out.
It's usually you're an elder, like whatever your last name is, not your first name.
Correct.
That's why I say that.
But I
Oh,
tried not to have the last names on here of the people
Okay.
because there are so many
Okay.
people that hate me. I don't want them to target you guys either. So make it harder for them to find.
I'm ready. I'm armed. I'm
Good.
ready.
Me too.
just to clarify, I was a little kid. I didn't know. I don't even remember that. So
I know. Okay. So it's back into this verse 9. Just as the Father has loved me, I have also loved you. Abide in my love. If you keep my commandments, you will abide in my love, just as I have kept my Father's commandments and abide in his love. These things I have spoken to you, so that my joy may be in you, and that your joy may be complete. This is my commandment, that you love one another just as I have loved you. Greater love has no one than this, that one laid down his life for his friends. You are my friends, if you do what I command. No longer do I call you slaves, for the slave does not know what his master is doing. But I have called you friends, for all things that I have heard from my Father, I have made known to you. You did not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you that you would go and bear fruit, and that your fruit would abide, so that whatever you ask of my Father in my name, he may give to you. This I command you, that you love one another. If the world hates you, know that it has hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world would love its own. But because you are not of the world, but because you are not of the world, but I chose you out of the world, because of this, the world hates you. Calvinism. Remember the word that I said to you. A slave is not greater than his master. If they persecute me, they will also persecute you. If they kept my word, they will keep yours also. But all these things they will do to you for my name's sake, because they do not know the one who sent me. If I had not come and spoken to them, they would not have sin. But now they have no excuse for their sin. He who hates me hates my Father also. If I had not done among them the works which no one else did, they would have, or they would not have sin. But now they have both seen and hated me and my Father as well. But this happened to fulfill the word that is written in the law. They hated me without cause. When the advocate comes, whom I will send to you from the Father, the Spirit of truth who proceeds from the Father, he will bear witness about me. And you will bear witness also, because you have been with me from the beginning. Beautiful.
So
Any
much
questions? There's a lot there.
Listening to John on audiobook from like on Audible is so difficult. Like, because it's like, I don't know, like especially like King James version.
Oh yeah, don't do
It's like
King
a
James
lot of
version. Do
it's like a
modern
lot of
English.
I bought an LSB version,
Yes.
and it's on its way. And I'm a Jew, so it took me. I didn't want to pay $80, so if
Yeah,
I
because
spent the extra
I
money
actually
it'd
recommended
be
him
here.
one, and he didn't want to buy it.
Yeah,
That's
I'm like
fair.
the dollar coupon boom.
They're expensive, but it's worth it. It is the most accurate translation.
Yeah.
Okay, John 16.
I had one question. So you know how you said before that that we're slaves to God?
Yes.
So I know right here he's calling them his friends also, but that's still so, right? That we're still slaves of God, like
Yes. So the distinction with this is that he is talking specifically to his disciples. And so some of the things that he's saying specifically to them, it doesn't apply to everyone. So for example, going down at the bottom here, that last verse, and you will bear witness also because you have been with me from the beginning. Have we been with Jesus from the beginning of his ministry? Not necessarily, exactly. So up here, the same kind of concept. So some of these things can be applicable wide. So Jesus's commandments, that goes to everybody. But him calling them friends, it's mostly just about them, but the actual principle of it still applies. So Paul is the one who is referring to us as being the slaves of Christ, that we are either slaves to sins or slave to Jesus. So it's still within the same category, but the reason why he's trying to explain a distinction here is saying that the slave doesn't know what his master is doing, but you guys know what I'm doing because my father has made it known to you guys.
And
So he's
James called
distinguishing.
himself and James called himself a bondservant.
Yes, and so did Peter. I think it is in First Peter 2:1. I believe that he refers to himself as being a slave of his God and Savior Jesus Christ.
yeah, in a way we're still friends of God, right? Like
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So Old Testament stuff says that those whom he will forgive, he will call friends, or that Abraham was called the friend of God. So yes, so we're still within the context friends, but the distinction, the term slave in that context is that we were owned, like actually owned and possessed by sin, but now we are owned and possessed by God because he bought us with his blood.
Okay. I see
Does that
that.
make sense?
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean,
And yet,
yeah, and how he says that there's no greater act of love than to lay down one's life for your friends. Like
yes.
that. We could see that as like us too, right? Because well, we're
100%. Yeah.
okay.
This is why it's if you're a Christian and you are capable of defending people. So, for example, if you're carrying one of these bad boys and there is something
Every
bad
day.
that goes on, good. But if there's something that bad that goes on, like there's you hear gunshots going off in King Supers. As a Christian, I know exactly where I'm going when I die. I'm not afraid to die at any time. But the people inside that are getting harmed, I have no idea where they're going. I don't know if they're Christian, I don't know. So I am going to love them enough to sprint inside, not caring if I die during the process. Because if I go in there, I'm going to stop the bad guy, even if I die in the process. He will stop. I will fix that. And I am willing to lay down my life to protect people. And that is kind of the call for Christians, is that you are willing to lay down your life out of love to protect
That's
people.
all the liberals.
So that's a liberals. Liberals don't like God. So I mean, it's
Yeah. They don't like having money either.
I mean, yeah, it's true. Okay, any other questions on this one before we jump to 16? Okay. 2:16.
I'll do it. These things I have spoken to you so that you may be kept from stumbling. They will put you out of the synagogue, but an hour is coming for everyone who kills you to think that he is offering service to God. These things they will do because they did not know the Father. These things they will do because they do not know the Father or me. But these things I have spoken to you, so that when their hour comes, you may remember that I told you of them. These things I did not say to you at the beginning, because I was with you. But now I am going to him who sent me, and none of you asks me, where are you going? But because I have said these things to you, sorrow has filled your heart. But I tell you the truth, it is to your advantage that I go away. For if I do not go away, the advocate will not come to you. But if I go, I will send him to you. And he, when he comes, will convict the world concerning sin and righteousness and judgment. Concerning sin, because they do not believe in me. And concerning righteousness, because I go to the Father, and you no longer see me. And concerning judgment, because the ruler of this world has been judged. I still have many more things to say to you, but you cannot bear them now. But when he, the Spirit, comes, the Spirit of truth comes, he will guide you into all the truth. For he will not speak of himself, but whatever he hears, he will speak, and he will disclose to you what is to come. He will glorify me, for he will take of mine and will disclose it to you. All things that the Father has are mine. Therefore I said that he takes of mine and he will disclose it to you. A little while you will no longer see me, and again a little while you will see me. Some of his disciples said to one another, what is this he is telling us? A little while and you will not see me, and again a little while you will see me. And because I go to the Father, so they were saying, what is that he says? A little while. We do not know what he is talking about. Jesus knew that they were wishing to question him, and he said to them, are you deliberating together about this, that I said a little while, and you will not see me, and again a little while, and you will see me? Truly, truly, I say to you, that you will cry and lament, but the world will rejoice. You will be sorrowful, but your sorrow will be turned into joy. Whenever a woman is in labor, she has sorrow because her hour has come. But when she gives birth to the child, she no longer remembers the suffering because of the joy that child has been born into the world. Therefore, you have to sorrow now, but I will see you again, and your heart will rejoice, and no one will take your joy away from you. And on that day, you will not question me about anything. Truly, truly, I say to you, if you ask the Father for anything in my name, he will give it to you. Until now, you have asked for nothing in my name, and you will receive, so that your joy may be made complete. These things I have spoken to you in figures of speech. An hour is coming when I will no longer speak to you in figures of speech, but I will tell you openly of the Father. On that day you will ask in my name, and I do not say to you that I will request of the Father on your behalf, for the Father himself loves you, because you have loved me, and you have believed that I came forth from the Father. I came forth from the Father and have come into the world. I am leaving the world again, and I am going to the Father. His disciples said, Behold, now you are speaking openly, and you are not using a figure of speech. Now we know that you know all things and have no need for anyone to question you. By this we believe that you came from God. Jesus answered them, Do you now believe? Behold, an hour is coming, and has already come, for you to be scattered, each to his own home, and leave me alone. And yet I am not alone, because the Father is with me. These things I have spoken to you, so that in me you may have peace. In the world you have tribulation, but take courage. I have overcome the world.
Beautiful. Okay, questions?
I love it.
Ever like the same.
Um,
It's always like one of us will be
can we go over 26 and 27?
Yeah.
Does that mean he's not praying for them because he knows God is like
Here, one sec.
It's a devil.
There's other voices I can't hear.
Nate, I think your background's a little loud.
Oh, perfect. Thank you, sir.
Sorry, dude.
okay?
Okay, so what was your question? 26?
So I was asking in 26 and 27, is Jesus basically saying that he's not going to pray for them because basically he knows God has their back?
On that day you will ask in my name, and I do not say to you that I will request of the Father on your behalf. For the Father himself loves you because you have loved me and have believed that I came forth from the Father. So he's basically saying it's not any longer like I don't need to pray for you, I don't need to request it because the Father loves you the same way that I love you. So the Father's already going to do those things. So the same way that in the Bible it says that, gosh, I think it is in Matthew 6, but it says that, no, it's not there. But whenever you're praying, it says that even if you don't have the words to utter that which you need, the Father already knows what it is that your heart needs to pray for. So the same kind of concept applies there, where he's saying that like I don't need to do that. I do not say to you that I will request of the Father on your behalf because the Father already loves you the same way that I love you, because you have believed me that I came forth from the Father.
Isn't that Jesus, though?
Say that again?
Isn't that referring to Jesus, that passage? I know the passage, but I feel like it's talking Jesus is interceding, not the Father.
Let's see here.
Because isn't that where Jesus is talking to the Father in the Old Testament?
I'm pretty sure that's part of the
It is Matthew 6:8.
sermon.
So it is immediately after Matthew 6:7. So in 6:7 is where he says, do not pray in vain repetition as the heathens do. And then in this, he says, don't be like them. Your Father knows what you need before you ask him.
Okay, but I promise you I'm not crazy.
I don't think
There's
you're crazy, but what is it that
There's
you're
a
referencing?
passage in the Old Testament where Jesus is talking, well, the angel of the Lord is talking to God the Father. And I feel like, and it's in a vision, I don't know, where he's like the advocate kind of a thing, where he's advocating for them.
Thanks.
Let's see here. In the Old Testament, there are a few passages where the angel of the Lord is seen as an advocate or intercessor. We have Job 33, 23 to 34. Okay, Zechariah 1:12. Then the angel of the Lord said, O Lord of hosts, how long will you have compassion for Jerusalem and the cities of Judah, with which you have been indignant these 70 years.
I don't feel like it's that one.
Okay. Also, Zephaniah, um, then the Lord showed me Joshua the high priest standing before the angel of the Lord, and Satan standing at his right hand to accuse him. The Lord said to Satan, "The Lord rebuke you, Satan. Indeed, the Lord has chosen Jerusalem, rebuke you. Is this not a brand plucked from the fire?" And that is all this gave me in the list. Where's your big, gigantic, magical book, Natasha?
Ah, wait, my big book of knowledge is
She's got to
not
go get
behind
it.
me. But what is that gonna give me? I need a specific word to look that up.
I don't know. I want you to, you're supposed to know these things.
Oh, okay, give me a second.
The Natasha thing to do, pull out the big book.
Well, my big book
Good
of
job.
knowledge is the book that we look up words.
That's fair. Regardless, though, this is, you have the reputation of the big book.
You know,
Give me a second. Maybe I can find that passage.
I did want to ask about this before, because I don't know. I don't know if I should feel bad about it, but sometimes like when I'm going through stuff, I won't like ask for somebody else to pray to me. Not that I think it's bad, pray for me. Not that I think it's bad, but just like in my head, I'm trusting that God knows what he's doing and that like everything's gonna play out the way it's supposed to. But is that in any way is it bad that I'm not like kind of like even like I'm kind of just going through the motions of everything that's going on. Like I'm not like asking for help or telling anybody about it, like not to say that it's bad to have faith in God, but like is it bad that I feel like I don't need to ask for prayer from
Not,
people?
so it's not bad. I understand what you're saying with that. Um, so in, which like I do the same thing too often. Um,
Yeah.
which is just kind of you go through or you go through things by yourself. You're introverted. You don't want a lot of people to be involved in it. But
Same,
right here,
same.
James 5:16, therefore confess your sins to one another and pray for one another so that you may be healed. The effective prayer of a righteous man can accomplish much. So we are
Mhm.
told to tell people. We're told to ask for prayers from those who are living. Specify that for
Right.
Catholics who watch. Um, but yeah, so it is a good thing, and you should do that. You should have a support group. You have this. So, like, if you're
Yeah.
having those times, literally just go onto the Patreon and be like, hey, this is going on. Can you guys pray for this? The same way that, like, Ashley was doing whenever she was having all the issues going on with,
Yeah.
like, the flooding and everything on her property and her house and all that stuff and the health problems, everything. So,
Mhm.
same kind of thing with that. That's why we have this. This is a little community for that. So it's not necessarily that you need to be asking the people around you if you don't want to open up to them, which you should, but you also have this. So if you have those things, you can tell us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Does that answer the question?
Yeah, I guess I was just thinking like, oh, is it bad for me to keep it to myself or something?
I mean, mentally, yeah, it could be.
Yeah, because like I don't know, because in a way it's like, oh, well, I know God's got me, but even then, like I should still pray for things, and I do, um, because I think it would be wrong to just like not pray at all.
Hmm.
Be like, oh, God's gonna do what he wants to,
Yeah,
Uh,
which
Yeah.
that's a good way to look at it is like knowing that God is there, having that trust that God is doing whatever he is supposed to do. So that's not a bad thing.
Mhm.
However, um, we are we're literally the adopted children of God. So I
Yeah.
know that you don't have kids, but hypothetically think about it if you did have a kid. If your kid had any kind of issue, even the things that you were already going to fix, even the things that you were already aware of, do you want your kid to come to you and talk to you about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
So
that's not
that's
to
the
say
same
that
principle.
I don't pray or anything. It's just like yeah, I was just thinking because I know some people will even go as far as to say like oh prayer not I don't believe this at all, but I know some people say like oh prayer is pointless because God already knows what you need. And I'm like, whoa, like that's
Yeah.
still
Like
talking to God, and prayer is still like a form of worship, you know?
it is the most
So
intimate form of worship.
yeah,
Yes.
so
Direct
it
communication.
yeah,
To me, often prayer looks more like showing gratitude and thanks and appreciation than asking. And
Mhm.
I do resonate with what Joseph is saying as well. Like it's hard for me to like ask because like whatever's meant to me, God's going to bring to me. So I pray more for like guidance to help lift things that are heavy on my heart so that I can receive the things that he wants to
Yeah.
bring to me instead of asking, you know, for specific things, just being able to be ready to receive what it is that's meant for me at the time that he needs to bring it.
Yeah, and that's not a bad thing, but we should be able to talk to God about anything and everything all the time.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
whether you're
definitely.
asking him for it or asking him for help, there's a quote, I have no idea who it's from, but it is, do not ask God for an easy life. Ask God for the strength to endure a hard life to the
yeah,
point that it
Yeah.
feels easy.
yeah.
So it's always ask God for everything that you need all the time. Even if it's like you're driving to work and you gotta use the bathroom and you're like, God, please let this light turn green. Please let it, thank you. Like it's okay to ask God for big things and little things. It's always okay. So just always talk to God about every issue that you could possibly have, every concern that you have. Never feel like, oh, I shouldn't be talking to God about this, or I this is too small for me to bring to God. Just everything.
Mhm.
We're supposed
Yeah,
to
no,
pray continuously.
I definitely do, especially when I'm like working out in the sun, and even like a little breeze will hit me. I'm like, oh, thank you. Like,
Exactly, yes.
yeah,
Thank you, Lord.
Uh-huh.
yeah. I guess like Chantel was saying, like it's I guess it's just like when it comes to other people praying for me, that's where I'm like a little bit like do I have to ask them? But I know it's good. Like it's good too. I guess you're like you said, I'm a little like introverted. And so
Yeah.
I
And,
don't want.
God knows that he wants you to do that for your mental health because it's not all he knows your heart, but he's also knows for your mental health it's going to help you to be able to open up and talk to other saints.
I appreciate all of you. Like it's really nice to know that we really have a tight community here. You know that we
Yeah.
have each other. So that's good to know.
What it's for.
Are we saluting?
Well, okay. Let's try to get see what time is it? Yeah, let's try to get John 17 and then we will call it at that and pick up at John 18 next week. Sound good?
Let's do it.
Perfect.
Let's do it.
Right. Does anybody want to read this? Bradley, your voice is beautiful. Would you like to continue?
Yeah, I'll be happy to. So soothing.
It
Bradley, you
is
got to read the
soothing.
whole Bible
You
and
got a
do
radio voice.
Thanks. The high
Country
Thank
radio.
you. I am Bradley. My voice is fantastic.
Gotta get a swig of coffee. Hold on. Yeah, I had to get my Jesus juice going there. Okay. The high priestly prayer. Jesus spoke these things and lifted up his eyes to heaven. He said, Father, the hour has come. Glorify your Son, that the Son may glorify you. Even as you gave him the authority over all flesh, to him, that to all whom you have given him, he may give eternal life. And this is eternal life, that they may know you, the only true God, and Jesus Christ, whom you have sent. I glorify you on earth, having finished the work which you have given me to do. Now, Father, glorify me together with yourself, with the glory which I had with you before the world was. I manifested your name to men whom you gave me out of the world. They were yours, and you gave them to me, and they have kept your word. Now they have come to know that everything you have given me is from you. For the words which you gave me, I have given to them, and they have received them, and truly understood that I came forth from you, and they believed that you sent me. I ask on their behalf. I do not ask on behalf of the world, but whom you have given, those you have given me.
Quick
For
pause
they,
on that.
yeah,
That one. Just want make sure that's very, very clear because
yes,
it's so good. I ask on their behalf. I do not ask on behalf of the world,
Mm-hmm.
but of those whom you have given me, for they are yours.
mhm.
That. Proceed.
And all things that are mine are yours, and yours are mine, and I have been glorified in them. I am no longer in the world, and yet they themselves are in the world. And I have come to you. Holy Father, keep them in your name, the name which you have given me, that they may be one, even as we are,
I think I'm listening to Plato.
even as we are. While I was with them, I was keeping them in your name, which you have given me. I guarded them, and not one of them perished, but the son of perdition, so that the scriptures would be fulfilled. But now I have come to you, and these things I speak in the world, so that they may have joy and be full in themselves. I have given them your word, and the world has hated them, because they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. I do not ask you to take them out of the world, but to keep them from the evil one.
No rapture.
They are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. Sanctify them by truth. Your word is truth. As you sent me into the world, I also sent them into the world. For their sake, I sanctify myself, that they themselves also may be sanctified in truth. I do not ask on behalf of these alone, but for those who also believe in me through their word, that they may all be one, even as your Father are in me and I in you, and they also may be in us, so that the world may believe that you sent me. The glory which you have given me, I have given to them, that they may be in one, just as we are one. I in them and you in me, that they may be perfected in unity, so that the world may know that you sent me and loved them, even as you have loved me. Father, I desire that they also, whom you have given me, be with me where I am, so that they may see my glory which you have given me. For you loved me before the foundation of the world. O righteous Father, the world has not known you, yet I have known you, and these have known you that sent me. And I have made your name known to them, that I and will make it known, so that the love
Oh,
which you loved me may be in and I in them.
Beautiful.
well, dude,
Thank you,
that
Brad.
was tongue twister right there.
Yeah, it is.
That's how when I listen to like a philosophy book, that's how it sounds.
Yeah.
Like the whole book sounds like that.
Okay,
So,
questions on
so,
that?
so this is the prayer in Gethsemane, right? Like
No,
it's no?
no, they're not in the Garden of Gethsemane yet. Actually,
Yeah,
yeah,
this
no, you're right. Yeah, this is yeah, I got messed up on the
okay.
chronology.
So it's like when he's praying for the cup to be passed from him, plus all of this, right?
No, the praying for the cup to pass, I think that comes
That wasn't in the garden?
next, or it's yeah, or it's recorded. Yeah, so that was not recorded in this. I don't think. Did I miss that? Did he say that?
No.
Okay, yeah, so that's recorded in a different gospel then. But yeah, so this is during that same thing. Because this he's
Yeah.
praying with his disciples, and then he goes off from his disciples, and then that's whenever he's praying to God alone, and he is praying that the cup should pass from him.
Oh, I see. That's cool.
Any other questions?
Is there such thing as Bibles that are like like they have all these pieces like at the same, like instead of having them separated in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John?
Mhm.
Is
Yeah,
it?
it's called a chronological Bible.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
so those ones are really cool, but they also get a little confusing because it repeats stuff. Because it's like if Jesus says it here, but he also says the exact same thing in a different gospel, then it will literally have it repeat it. But it does put everything in the actual chronological order, so it's really easy to understand. But yeah, they're pretty cool. I would recommend them.
Oh, cool.
Any
Yeah,
other questions?
I read the chronological Bible as a devotional, and then when I got the LSB chronological, started reading it, and it just light bulbs came on. It was really good.
There's an LSB chronological.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm not going to get up.
Do tell.
Yeah, I'll send y'all a picture of it.
okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Send a
Well,
link
awesome.
if you can.
Anymore.
Well, awesome. Then I will see you guys next week. Enjoy your weekend. And I want to do something, maybe Rapture watch party type thing. But not
Wait, did you see
necessarily.
you saw my video, right?
Yes, I did. It was great.
Yeah.
But not necessarily a what do you call it? Not like a Bible study, but I want to do something where we actually just have like a time of like fellowship where we just literally like if you guys want to like grab a drink, like I'll have whiskey, you guys have beer, whatever you want to have. We just sit, talk, hang out with whatever. So we'll pick a time. Doesn't have to be on a Friday, it could be separate. But if you guys just want
Yeah.
to hang out and do a
You
night
say it,
of
dude.
just fellowship.
Just
You pick a
just
time,
fellowship time.
pick a time and a date, dude. I'll be there.
It's like hanging out then.
I'm down for
Exactly. Yeah,
Oh,
because
cool.
we go all these rabbit holes and everything in the middle of the Bible study. So I think it would be good to also just have a time where we can just talk about it all.
that.
We're
Yeah.
just like
Do
we're just
that,
like all
but
meet up in Colorado somewhere.
Yeah, I thought that's what he was trying to say was like, yeah, hey, let's all fly to Colorado and hang out.
Oh yeah, no, that would be expensive. So no, we'll do it the cheap way
Tacos.
where we can just pick a random
Funding it
day.
all.
I'm not. I'm totally not opposed, and I may even like ask you to like baptize me. Like that would be freaking awesome. It has to be in a river or a lake, though. That's like one of my only requirements.
It will be like 30 degrees. You understand that, right?
Ice cold.
I
It's
mean,
cold
I'm
here.
Michigan
You might
there.
fall in the river and then have it drag you down. Really?
Could I share something?
Yep.
Okay, no, like no whitewater rapids. Like just like a nice steady.
Oh, so you want to
flowing-
be gently baptized? Come on.
Yeah.
Okay,
What were
Bradley.
you saying, Bradley?
I know people that have gotten baptized in Lake Michigan and Lake Superior in like the spring and like fall time.
No, thank you.
Yeah, dude.
So
Come to a frozen lake in Idaho.
Well,
Yeah,
okay,
Speaking of
Bradley.
cold,
nothing
Speaking of cold,
compares
I've been
to the
seeing
cold
Natasha
plunges
in
of
her
the
blanket,
desert.
and I'm just like, it's 105 here.
Okay, Bradley,
I'm
go
ready
ahead.
for the smell.
Yeah, this is actually a two-part thing, and it kind of stems off what Joseph asked. But from you guys know that my son shoots trap,
Yes.
and I'm very, very proud of his efforts and his accomplishments and everything. And
Shoot strap?
I'm sorry,
What'd you say? You said shoot.
shoots trap.
Trap?
He shoots shotguns for a sport.
Okay.
Yeah, so
okay.
like you know the clay pigeon shooting, the boom
Yeah,
boom.
yeah. I've never heard it called that way. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Well, I mean, some people call it skeet, but there's different levels of skeet,
Yeah.
trap, doubles,
Yeah.
extended doubles, sporting clays, things like that, which he is stepping into all of those disciplines. But the first day of school, I walked by the head coach's office just to see him and speak to him as a coach. And he walked up to me and he goes, I'm stepping out, Brad, and I'd like for you to be the head coach. And of course, I mean, what an honor. But I'm like, oh, wow, what do I do? And, of course, the ego side of it says, oh yeah, man, you can finally be somebody, you can do that. And then, I really prayed about it and I talked to other people, and this is the beauty of the guys that I have surrounded myself with, because they somehow heard that this was happening even while I was praying about it and thinking about it. And they approached me and said, "Man, whatever you need, man, we've got your back. We want to do it." But with that being said, let me kind of segue, I guess, post segue off of what Joseph has said. You guys be praying for me if you would, because I really want to be a leader, a Christian leader, a person that holds these young kids accountable, to see Christ in me, but also to better themselves. These are some very, I mean, as some of you may know, shooting sports are very, very expensive, and these kids don't work. They go to school, then they go to shoot, and so mom and dad basically pay for them. And in the area, and not to be bragging, but it's a very expensive place to live, and mom and dad basically just throw money at them. With that being said, I want these kids, shooters, athletes, I want them to start accepting some responsibility, ownership, pride, those types of things, instead of mom and dad throwing money at them. And so I'm going to be, as the new head coach, which I did accept the position, I will be requiring them to do fundraising, to ask for donations, to ask for certain things, because even as adults, we have to ask for our paycheck sometimes. And, we have to go out and beat the bushes. And it's time for these kids to grow up, so, and that's not only it, I want them to be responsible. I want them to feel comfortable with me and the other coaches, which we're picking up 3 other new coaches. And I was able to talk one of the former athletes into coming back to teach until he left for school. By the way, he was one of the former athletes that shot several straight hundreds in a row. And yeah, I mean, this guy shot 100 out of 100 in high level competition. So he's just the most humble guy humble guy there is, just a country boy that loves it, so.
Awesome.
But
I assume you don't live in California.
No, in Tennessee, brother.
Okay, yeah. I wish my school had something like that, dude.
Yeah.
But it's a really, I want to be a leader. I want to be a Christian leader. And the nice thing is that my son will also be shooting as one of my athletes. And he's a really big proponent of me sharing my faith. So he doesn't cower when, how like some kids will kind of cower, "Oh, dad, don't do that." He's eager to enter into the conversation and talk to other people and say, "Hey, well, did you understand what dad was talking about?" So he kind of carries the torch a little bit. So, it's stressful. It is very stressful. But, if you guys, when you think of it or hear something on the news about firearms, just say a prayer for me,
Yeah. No, I was gonna say, Bradley, I'm sure you've heard of John Wooden, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He has a couple of books that actually talk about his faith and instilling that into the kids. So he wrote a couple of books. So that might be that might be something.
Send me a message, since we're TikTok buddies and on that. So
the world famous John Wooden that had the undefeated streak for like 10 years.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
something.
Guys, I love you and I appreciate your approachability, and I do look forward every Friday night to oh, and by the way, Dad has moved in. Dad has been moved into his new facility, and his health has improved, and his dog is back from training, and he's blossoming.
Good.
So that's where he needed to be after 2.5 years of being a widower. He needed a community again, and he's got a pet. Moved him into his 1-bedroom today and or last night and today, and he feels at home. He feels
Good.
at home. So
That is awesome.
I appreciate y'all's prayers on that, because it has been ever since Father's Day when I totaled my truck, everything has gone to hell. But you know,
Been praying for you.
yeah, but I've had you guys, and even though I didn't ask for prayers except for a couple of times, I do know that you guys have been praying and thinking about me.
Always.
So thank you very much.
Yeah. So one, definitely going to be praying for you, but two, dude, there's no one better for that job, that position, where you're going to be able to actually, one, you're going to be able to spend time with your son in a really cool way at a deeper level, but two, like, dude, yeah, pray with those kids, like
Yeah.
instill that into them, especially in regards to firearms. It's something that is very, very
Yeah.
important to
Yeah.
like teach that responsibility. So the fundraiser, everything, that's awesome. That is brilliant. You are going to do fantastic at that. I love that.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Love you guys. Thank you.
Believe
Love
in
you
you.
too. God bless you guys. Have a good night.
God bless.
Have a good night.